were with Lanice, and they ceded their time to her, and they are gone now.
Okay, Barbara Whitholm, I see you here. Please, welcome.
Thank you for having me here. Board of Trustees, Chancellor Jackson, administrators, staff, students, community members. My name is Barbara Witheim. I'm adjunct faculty currently in the Humanities and Philosophy departments at Laney College and Merritt College. And previously also I managed the National Science Foundation grant for many years for Laney College. I also teach at various other colleges in the Bay Area all the way to the doctoral level, and my specialty areas is systems thinking. I'm here to ask you to consider additional scientific perspectives when it comes to the reopening guidelines, specifically the pharmaceutical and non-pharmaceutical guidelines, including the mandatory vaccinations. I'm trained in systems thinking. I'm a systems scientist. And as a systems scientist, I look at patterns and trends over time. I look at the impacts of structures and rules that we set in place and what impacts these rules may have months, years, and decades from now. I'm also a mom of a college-age student, and as a teacher, I subscribe to the tenet of do no harm. Let's do no harm. I know that nobody here wants to do any harm to our students, but I'm concerned that unintentionally and inadvertently, the vaccination mandates as they currently stand will lead to more harm, could lead to more harm than good for our specific student population and their context. Looking at the available data that's coming in, the data signals that are coming in from a variety of sources, and again, there's no scientific consensus as the public health agencies might have us believe. It is very likely that some of our student athletes will not be able to make use of the scholarships, athletic scholarships, because of becoming ill with myocarditis, pericarditis, and in a couple of years, maybe even losing their lives on long-term consequences. It is very likely that some students participating in the on-campus vaccination clinics, getting a needle in their arm, will have their lives and livelihoods destroyed and their families be traumatized. I'm saying this looking at available data signals right now. It is very likely that some of our students participating in these clinics right now will not be able to graduate because of severe adverse reactions. It's also very likely that some of our students will not get to graduate because they're currently choosing not to come to campus because they're afraid of discrimination, afraid of undue duress. 70% are afraid of coercion. 70% of African Americans nationwide have chosen not to participate in this experimental vaccine at this point. I'm asking how the college has considered our specific student population in this context.
Thank you. You can begin to wrap up. Thanks.
Thank you. So I'm asking us to bring in scientific expertise. Dr. Chulapado with UCLA has agreed to come and testify. He's a health scientist and researcher. And let's ask questions like, what's the risk-benefit ratio? What are data signals telling us? How are Black and Brown populations affected? Second language learners. Students.
Please do begin to wrap up. You're about 30 seconds over time. Thank you. Thank you so much for your comments tonight.